Hello there.
It is certainly a hell of a time to be a Marvel fan. I don't think we see it right now. I don't think many Marvel fans see it right now, especially the more casual fans, people who haven't read, the comics and things like that, which is completely understandable. And honestly, that's going to be the large majority of the fan base, so it's completely understandable. But going into Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, we are set to see an absolutely insane slate of films confirmed by the most recent leaks that we have that include an entirely new Avengers movie, a potential third part to Secret Wars. So we are getting into the latest leaks coming from X in this video regarding Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars and what is going to be happening going into the creation of Battleworld and God Emperor Doom. We're discussing it all. If you guys enjoyed this kind of content, then consider subscribing and let's get into it.
The Atomic Fair.
Okay, so these leaks are coming from a guy over on X named James McCall, who is apparently the person, according to what he is posting here, who leaked out the script or some parts of the script from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This apparently went viral, and upon the release of the trailer, everything that he said came to fruition. He apparently had to delete his account due to getting in trouble for leaking some stuff, but he is now back and has posted a whole bombshell set of leaks in the last 10 hours or so, containing a lot, and I mean a lot, of information about the upcoming Phase 6 slate of movies that gives us a very clear idea of where we are headed going into Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, and it's honestly kind of hard to believe. This is one of these things like Avengers Infinity War where it was just so hard until we got footage from the movie picturing what this was even gonna look like. I could not even imagine the scale of what it was gonna be like to see Thanos wielding the Infinity Gauntlet and beating the hell out of the Avengers. When early leaks came out about Infinity War, they were stating that Thanos was going to be throwing a moon at the Avengers, which of course we saw in the movie, and it just absolutely blew my mind. And I'm getting a very similar feeling here going into Doomsday and Secret Wars, but we seem to be having another Avengers movie being confirmed to us at San Diego Comic-Con here in a few months, potentially titled something like Avengers Forever. Maybe I'm just kind of spitballing here based on what the movies are inspired by in relation to the comics. That was a very famous comic run that is being used for a lot of the plot elements that we are going to see in Doomsday or Secret Wars. But this is what James McCall said about the potential upcoming Avengers movie being revealed at Comic-Con. So I've been told that Marvel will announce the rest of Phase 6 at their SDCC panel, and that they're all set to announce that Avengers Secret Wars will have 2 parts, and that the third Avengers movie will probably have a different name than part. Now that makes a whole bunch of sense. I honestly would be okay if they announced a third movie being titled something different than Avengers Secret Wars, and Avengers Secret Wars actually being the third movie. So whatever they end up announcing could be the title of the second film, and then the third film would be titled Avengers Secret Wars. But it makes so much sense to me because as I'm reading this comic run, I'm reading it again to kind of catch myself back up. I haven't read it in years and years, and there's so many details that I forgot. Rereading this comic, the writing of it is just absolutely incredible. But in Avengers Secret Wars, as you're reading the comic, it's only a 9-issue run, and if you strictly read the event itself and don't read all of the outside branching comic runs, you kind of can see that even Secret Wars itself could have expanded out into 15 or even 20 issues. There was just so much there to chew on. The first few issues kind of feel very fleshed out, very thorough, and then the last few issues kind of feel very rushed as we get to the conclusion. And I was thinking that is going to happen in Avengers Secret Wars, that if they don't create a third movie for them to flesh out this story properly, it's going to end up feeling just as rushed as the comic felt to me when I was reading it, where going into Secret Wars, we got the world very fleshed out, we got a lot of the lore very, very fleshed out, and I would have loved to spend a lot more time fleshing that lore out before Battleworld just begins to collapse and the war with Doom ultimately begins. But in this upcoming movie, it seems like we are set to see a whole lot of Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars adapted. I don't want to say one-to-one, but very closely in terms of the theme and everything that we got from that time runs out in Secret Wars comic run. So comment down below, guys. Let me know what you think about the upcoming Avengers Secret Wars Part 1 and Part 2 announcement that we are set to see at San Diego Comic-Con. According to this guy, take it all with a grain of salt. It could all end up being BS, but this is one of those leaks that, I talk about this in my videos, but there are certain leaks that you just read about and you know that they are real, you know that they are legit just upon reading them, because there's so much there and there's so much there that would line up with what Hollywood would want to do with these movies. I feel like this is one of those leaks that we are going to end up finding out is is very real. So comment down below, guys. Let me know what you think about all this stuff. And for this video, that is all I got. So until the next one, be safe and stay well, guys.